Hey Rebels. Okay, so there is a love offer card on the table that I just put there. It came off the top of the deck. And it surprised the etch a sketch out of me. Now these other cards have been here since the last read. You know, my shuffling, and these are the cards that popped out. So therefore, Spirit is saying, no, regardless of what you think the next read is going to be, when you come to the table, you will forget what these cards are, and this is going to be the read. Now, the the song that is coming to mind is a song by SWV and Blackstreet. You are always on my mind. It's one of my favorite songs. And the first line of the song hits so hard it says, boy, I can't sing to get you out of my head. Now, Rebel, who is this that is in your energy? Who is this that is on your mind? Who is this that out of all the mysterious and, motherfucker, you better leave me alone and karmic dreams that you've been having, there is someone special that has popped into your dreams? I mean, just you haven't thought about them in a long time. You made yourself forget about them. But there's this energy of, come see about me. Now, Spirit is saying they do not want you to reach out, but there is a reason why this person is on your mind. Now, let's read this card. Now, I'm gonna tell you this too. I have no clue what's behind the butterfly cards. I do not know. Now, knowing myself, I do want to peek a sneak a little bit, but I'm gonna leave it there, and I'm gonna look at it when Spirit says to, because it is gonna play a very important part. So this card reads, find ways to fill your cup. Be selfful. Follow your heart, and always trust your intuition. Go deep within, find your triggers, and address them one by one. Self-healing is the best healing. Only then can you offer the best version of yourself. Now, I'm asking a question of Spirit. This person who is popping up in your vicinity, your energy, your dreams, your thoughts, this person who it is that you cannot seem to understand. You cannot seem to understand why is it that they're popping in your energy? Because it's been so long. Spirit said it's been so long, and you're picking and prying through your memories of, yeah, I know I was wrong. I know this was a feel good situation. Maybe I was too immature. Maybe I was, too mature. You're going through all those boggling questions of, why is this person popping up now? So Spirit wants me to set this, okay, over here to the side, and we're going to go straight into, we're going to go straight into these cards here and see what it is. Whew, be right back. Rebels, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Okay, pulled another card. Past life. Oh, Spirit said put it over here. Past life. Okay, so clarifying the love offer. You have Ace of Cups and a Magician. Spirit said there is something about your nostalgic energy, your memories of being with this person, that brings back to surface a part of you. That here with this Queen of Swords, you've forgotten to enjoy about life. Don't make me cry. Spirit said that regardless of whether you are to cross paths with this person ever again, Spirit wants you to bring that past existence of yourself that you know better now of to surface. So Spirit is saying, even if there are, let's say, not necessarily for example, okay, reminiscence. This person who you dealt with once upon a time, you were in a very immature state, unknowing to yourself. You were trapped in a cycle where you did not have the awareness of your options. You did not have awareness that there were options. Spirit is giving me the energy of when dealing with this person, something about you knew that they deserved better. And you felt that that better that they deserved was not you. And Spirit said, indeed, it was you. That there was space and there was room that was created for you to grow with this person in the allowance of your space. But you did not know how to say no to certain gestures, to certain ways, to certain traumatic experiences. This person is part of the reason why you have been going through so many cycles that has been traumatizing to you and your name. The Spirit is saying that this is not saying that this person is someone who has cast spells on you, but Spirit offered you this person as a way out of all of your traumatic experiences that you had previously went through. But there was something that about you that was embarrassed to grow in front of this person. Wow. Now, I am being told to say that I can't speak on whether this person will physically cross paths in your life again. But Spirit does want you to evaluate your memories in a sense of, if you've known what you know now, then how differently could that life been painted for you? And I understand how that is an unfortunate assignment to be had. Because it almost makes you feel delusional. It almost makes you feel as if you are creating a fantasy. It almost at times can make you feel as if you are punishing yourself. Let me come in closer, baby. It could definitely make you feel as if you are punishing yourself. And Spirit said that this is a form of repenting for the residue of the misunderstood deeds that you're reflecting upon this person and your experience with them will make you question, was it a bad deed? And Spirit said it wasn't a bad deed. Because once again, you were none the wiser. You didn't know any better then as you do know better now. Now with the Ace of Cups, honey, you're going to be deep diving in your emotions. You are going to be deep diving in the new feelings that you have now, attach them to the feelings that you did not know how to register what that experience with this person was for you then. Spirit said this will be a humbling experience. It will get very intimate within your thought process. And depending on how long ago it was for you, you will definitely be questioning yourself about the thoughts you are having of, is it appropriate for you to be having these thoughts? And Spirit said they want you to dive deep in this bag, honey. Go through it all. Do know that you are very much so equipped to see yourself and how it is that you did not know to value and appreciate your experiences that you had. Now they say it's not going to be picture perfect because there will be certain things about this person that will be revealed to you that are going to be pronounced as verified flags of what, with your now knowing, you can see, okay, so for this reason or this behavior of that person or how you and they, you both dealt with that situation, then you will be able to see the potentials of who that person could have grown to be with you. Spirit said for some of you, you're going to see such flags that would show that this person would have loved you down, that they would have been there through so many hard times with you, that you, give it to me, Spirit, that you were not supported in since you all's time apart or your time of ending with this person. Spirit said there may also be flags there that you will see that this person, due to their comfort with you, would have grown to be toxic. But Spirit wants you to remember them and yourself as you both were during your time of knowing them personally. Because Spirit is saying, if they are, they're not making any promises, but if they are, and if they were to cross paths with you here on this timeline that you're on now, or your timeline future forward, Spirit needs you to remember that they are no longer the person who they were when they were with you. No matter how spectacular your life may be, no matter how spectacular their life may be, no matter how transformative, transitional, transactional you and or their lives may be now or in the future forward going timeline. So Spirit really does not want you to know where this person is. And it was interesting because when I came in this read, and we're going to get to these cards down here. When I came into this read, there's just a headline of who is this person in your energy. I had to have a brief conversation with Spirit, like, Spirit, you know, I'm not necessarily one to tap into the goings on of someone else's energy unless I'm invited into. And Spirit told me I should have known better than to think that they will leave me, because they're going to show me what's all this about. All right? So, past life energy. This is rather... Okay, so Spirit is saying, here with the Six of Cups, that this person, when you reflect on them, they are a sweet, matter of fact, energy for you. Oh, baby. Sexual... Okay. Androgyny. You have sexual identity, style. Style, sexual identity, gender expression. So this person was definitely someone who you reminisce when Spirit say when you used to think about them, and now that you are thinking about them again, because something about you felt that it was time to move on. Something about you needed to let them go, whether it was for your own misdoings or just the Spirit said overall it was you. It wasn't them who wanted to let you go. It was you. So in your understanding and your thinking, if you indeed connect with that, this is your read. Spirit said, if this is something, or if your thoughts are, they did something, this is not your read. This read is for those who, they walked away and they let go because they felt that this person would be hurt by how they blindly moved forward in life, and that you, Rebel, did not want to drag this person along because you knew that there was a sweet spot of reciprocity even between you and this person, and that you did something that you deemed as unforgivable. And Spirit said for some of you, it definitely was unforgivable at the time because you didn't know how to explain yourself, and you didn't know, don't make me cry, that you did not know that this person would have found a way to forgive you, even if that meant a little bit of get back at you. But that this person was not like the energy of today's world. Back then, they were not like the energy of today's world of where they wanted to put you in a gender identity role, where Spirit wants you to know they did not have expectations of you playing a certain role, as today's world is so harshly enforcing on others. Spirit is saying that this person, when living with you during this time and era, you were their peace, but they did not hold that responsibility onto you. This was a person who was willing to meet you at every level that you rise to. You challenged them in the best of ways. But Spirit is also saying, with this tear rolling silently down my face, when you left, it broke their heart. It broke them. They knew that you were complicated. They knew that you were complex. They saw clearly how your family saw you. And they wanted to be that one to save you from feeling that your life had to be everything that your life showed proof of that it was, even when you didn't tell them, even when you didn't speak it. Spirit said this is why when you two shared space with each other, this is very personal to one specific person that was in your life. Spirit said that this is why when you share space with this person, they did their best to make it as peaceful for you as possible. And what broke their heart is that it felt that their best was not enough, even though they may have never spoken those intentions clearly to you. But Spirit said, due to that experiences that you had that was so personal to you, you were not necessarily a person who could read energy of happiness back then. This is why the hangman and the fool are here. Spirit said there is something about your reflection, confirmation. There is something about your ability to reflect on your time had with this person that you are going to want to run back to that time with that person. And this is what Spirit is saying. Don't reach out to them. If you have the capability, especially with social media, to find them, do not traumatize yourself by going to look to see what their life is like now. Spirit said if it's meant for this person to be back on your path and your paths to come into contact with each other at the end of a fork in the road, it's going to happen naturally. No forced ambition. So right now you are definitely on an assignment to see yourself and to value yourself and deconstruct everything that you thought you created this departure for. Spirit wants you to look at the reasons why. Spirit wants you to look at the happiness. They want you to look at the joy, but they also want you to look at, baby, the hidden misery of it all. And going forward, Spirit wants you to see yourself differently. Because there's things about your memories of the past, the time, the era, the feel in the air, the experiences that you hid from this person that now you're going to wish that you would have shared with this person because you have not been able to be in a vulnerable, trusting place with someone as you were able to be with them then, if only you had allowed yourself to do so. And Spirit said, with all of this, and this is how we get from the Death to the Queen of Swords, with all of this self-healing that you have been doing, you forgot about this person. You remembered them by name. You might have even remembered them by occurrences. but you never allowed yourself to tap back into what you left behind by cutting this person out of your life, by not being accepting of that vulnerable space that they created for you. And Spirit said there is a deeper reason why they need you to evaluate your then and your now. There are certain things about yourself then. There are certain things about even, they say what you smell, what you see, what you remember, what you hear, that they want you to transition and bring back into your life of not just the lifestyle that was theirs that made it comfortable for you to be in their presence, but the person who you were then. Spirit said all that toxic shit that you've done, you're healing about. Nah, they say disregard that. They want you to bring the better parts of you to your present. Confirmation with the rumbling of the storm, honey. So, brief example. If you were a more happy, bubbly person back then with this person, Spirit wants you to bring that back in. If you were more willing to take free fall risk that you knew would lead you to happiness, Spirit wants you to do that. Think about yourself then. Okay, they said, yes, you're going to evaluate the traumatic things, the things that you did not know how to say no to, that you in ways blindly set yourself up for failure. You're going to evaluate those things, but Spirit also wants you to look at the light, the happy parts. They're reiterating the happiness, the joy, the laughter, the willingness to be goofy, the willingness to connect. Because this is going to be necessary for you going forward. Whether it's this person coming back into your life and you two having a brief bypass, a quick hello, goodbye, and maybe a little spoken interaction, or whether this person does come and cross, your paths, come in contact with each other, and there is indeed some form of a connectionship where you two are on speaking terms for a while, confirmation. Or if indeed you don't meet this person ever again and you don't get to see them in the current life that they have, that has no space for you, or that potentially has space for you, but that Spirit wants you to create this space, this existence of yourself, not just for yourself, but for you to be able to have what you once upon a time had with this person, with someone else. Because there was something so special about what you had with them. That Spirit said, whomever you are to connect with going forward, one specific energy that you are to connect with going forward, that trust, that vulnerability, that freedom, that peace, that created space of your past is coming back. The Spirit wants me to reiterate again. It may not be coming back with this person who has been on your mind, who has found their way in your dream, or within you not being able to change the station of your brain. But that sacred space that was created is coming back. And they need you to do things right for you. Not because Spirit told you to, but they need you to do things right for you. So before I flip this card, Spirit said they want you to go deep. Now the cord cutting is not about you cutting other people out of your energy. Now the cord cutting is about you cutting your resentment of what you did not do and how you wish that you could have been. your cord cutting is about you now. Here with the Queen of Swords, Spirit said, and I'm going to put this card down, baby. Wipe my eyes. Because, oh, I feel for you. And I know I can connect of how much you really cared about this person. But you knew something in you wasn't ready. The Spirit wanted you. Now you understand. The Spirit said that it wasn't that you weren't ready. It was that you did not know the allowance of being uncomfortable meant that you can get comfortable. Because this person was literally, they're giving me the image of a rose blooming, and with the time just sped up, that you see the rose from a bud and you see it blooming so fast, just layer by layer. And this is what that past person's energy was brought into your life to do. Spirit said they don't care how many other people you had on your roster. They don't care how many people were in your space causing trauma, causing chaos. This one particular person who has been on your mind has been brought back to your memory, to your understanding, to your reflection, for you to be able to see that this person was there to give you healing. And depending on how long ago that was, Spirit said you finally are at a place where you can link back up with your unhealed self. And you can guide your unhealed self through to say, it's okay to be uncomfortable, because being uncomfortable means growth. Because your unhealed self back then felt that being uncomfortable meant trouble. And now you can see your past self, and you can see what true discomfort was, and how that reflected trouble, and how it reflected abuse, and how it brought up your defensiveness. And you can now tell the difference between the discomfort of the two, the discomfort of growth and the discomfort of, I'm being told, mayhem. This card here, I'm being told to set behind the Queen of Swords. So let's see what this is about. Spirit is saying that you have been very strict. Okay. Individuality. That you have been very strict in your course of healing. And they need you to loosen up a lot of bit. Damn. I was going to say a bit. But Spirit said they need you to loosen up a lot of bit. Because the reason that you have been so hard and so straightforward with your words, so intentionally aggressive with your actions of, I'm not bowing down for the next motherfucker, that motherfucker, this motherfucker who, you didn't care about the Blues Clues or anything. You've been very, very stern with your energy. Spirit said this person's energy is coming back to greet you, not in person. Remember, they're not telling me that. They don't want me to say that. So I need to make sure that we don't get any hopes up high. This is about your continuing to work on your individual self. And as spoken before, this person's energy is coming to meet you, to tell you, yeah, they know that you're knowledgeable and aware of so much, but they need you to loosen up. They want you, Spirit wants you to live. And the only way they know to get you, oh my gosh, to get you to live and to live better and to be more healthy is to bring this person's memory into your energy, to trigger you into remembering that even though you were going through so much pain, even though so much of your pain was hidden, and even then, how you disregarded it, Spirit wants you to see and remember this past person as someone who saw the better parts of you when your life was so crowded with shit. Make the decision and make the choice I'm looking at her window, and her window. Why is this so funny? It's, oh my goodness. Her window looks like prison bars. Let me bring this in closer, honey. Her window looks like prison bars. Can we get there? It is. Her window looks like prison bars. You have been, oh shit. Spirit said you have been punishing yourself based off the back of how you disregarded this person's love and affection and willing to accept you however you were. And that this person really wanted to grow with you. So with me constantly saying how this person really wanted to grow with you, what Spirit has given me is that you've been yearning absent-mindedly for someone to really grow with, who would love and who would care and value you for you. Someone who was not so strict on you. Someone who was patient, who would be patient with you, who would be so patient with you that if they can tell that something's going on, but they would be patient in waiting for you to be ready to break and have those conversations. And someone who you knew and know how to do the same with. Someone who is not so aggressive of they need to know and tell them now. As Spirit said, the reason why we're going back and forth between past tense and present tense is because not only has your energy been yearning for a person outside of yourself to meet you with that energy, but you have been trying to find that sacred space of yourself to be able to mirror that energy. And Spirit is saying that they know it's going to irritate you for a while and that it's been irritating you for a bit. But this is why they're using this one specific person. Because as spoken in other reads, your ancestors know what to do and what to use to put the fire under your ass to get you on the path of course correction. So what we're seeing here is that you, honey, and we're going to briefly show this individuality card. Yes, you've been living quite a horrific fairy tale of yourself, of how to put things in balance, what it takes to put things in balance. And there is this bit of remorse, of resentment that you have towards yourself, of what the choices that you made, that you thought you needed to do to put things in balance because you were so captivated and so caught up by the societal constructs. Baby, confirmation. Oh, hear that? You were so captivated and caught up in societal constructs of if somebody means this, this is what they do. If somebody does this, this is what they do. If somebody wants this, this is what they do. But they said you more so applied that to yourself, that you felt this person's heart, but you overlooked it. You overlooked it. You buried it. You caused a funeral for it. You grieved it. And now it's back. Now it's back. But you put yourself in your own prison. You assigned yourself your own punishments. And Spirit said this was the path of correction for you, since you chose not to grow and know with this person and get uncomfortable and be okay with being uncomfortable while we grab this. Oh shit. With that twin flame energy, they reassigned you because of your choice, because of how you felt you needed to move forward. And Spirit said, yes, you're hearing so many reads how other people have been reassigned because of their choice with you. Now this is your read about how you were reassigned because of your choice with this person. So this is also, yes, Spirit is getting petty with you, but they say it's needed. They said this is also why in the last read, they said, have you ever thought to yourself when you hear a karmic read to put yourself in the position of the karmic? Have you ever thought about it? That karmic reads that you get are not always about a karmic in your life, though they are about a karmic in your life. But in order for a karmic to be in your life, there is a mirroring attraction between you all that, yes, true enough, they can have something that you don't and vice versa. But you can also have had characteristics about yourself that they are reaping as of right now. But you forget to reflect on yourself, to see yourself within those capabilities. So Spirit said, yeah, you present yourself. And they want you to go through, ooh, baby, one moment. Baby, Spirit told me back here is your acoustic, how do you say it? Your acoustic library. That's your library. And you present yourself with it. You locked yourself in a room with it, and those books look so dusty. They said it's time to open it up. And it's time to find a window to set yourself free. It's time to turn on that light. You got documents even here in your hand. And somebody is coming to the door. Oh, shit. The Spirit says someone has come to your door. And they're telling you that you need to turn around. Because even your chair at your own desk, there's only one chair in this room, has your back to your acoustic library. And they said it is time to turn around and look at it. Oh my gosh, the last read, the very last read. What is it called? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, what is the last read? What was the last read? I think it was like some turn around. There's something that you need to see. I'm gonna re-edit it. I'm gonna put Bright Eyes at the end. Because I did have Bright Eyes in the title, but then I took it off. Oh my gosh, there is something about that read that you need to hear. But Spirit is saying, you're opening up the door and you're mean mugging Spirit. Because you're like, why do you want me to look back at this? Why is this person coming back into my energy? We both, separate and apart, confirmation, have lived so much life. People got kids. People done had other experiences. People got jobs. People done mourned people. They done grieved people. They done had new experiences. We're not where we used to be at all. You don't know this person at all. But Spirit wants me to tell you. Oh shit. Here with this Page of Swords. This person has been curious about you. Now, the reasons that Spirit has them thinking about you, it's their business. Shit. What Spirit said, this person has been thinking about you. But they need you to focus in on yourself and not disturb this person's train of thought nor their life. Once again, when it's meant to happen, if it's meant to happen, it will happen naturally. What is this? Baby. Whew. Shit. Okay, so you have the Fool's energy. Skating on ice. This lovely lady, she is skating on ice. She is practicing her talents. This Fool is ready to make a gesture. Oh, I'm seeing the moon up here. It's a lot of illusions going on. Spirit said, they need you within your assertiveness to understanding that this is a very life-changing experience for you to reflect on this person. They said, don't push it away. This is not a come to me spell, Spirit said. This is for you to direct all focus and intentions onto the additional healing of yourself. Now, I feel like I've been repeating a lot of the same things throughout this read. And Spirit said that this is important for you to hear this because this is very intentional to help you. Oh, confirmation. This is very intentional for you not to spoil the bunch that is coming. There is a harvest that is coming that is going to be supported by what it is that you get from meditating with this energy. Spirit said, remember when you were younger and you had an imaginary friend? The memory of this person is your imaginary friend. Spirit said, do not create forward thinking planning of, if this person comes back into my life, what are we gonna do? What could we be? This is how, my life lines up. And if they got kids, they say, don't do that. Don't do that. They said they just want you to build from the energy of the better times that were had with this person. That song, Bright Eyes. What is the song? Eclipse of the Heart by Bonnie Taylor is coming back into this read, and I'm hearing Turn Around, Bright Eyes over and over. Now, let me get some water. Spirit brought my attention back over here to butterflies. They said there's going to be at the end of the read message for what's on there. So interested. We're almost there. So, with Wheel of Fortune, they said that it is your destiny for this wheel to turn, to be celebrated. I'm looking at how this lady is at a carnival, and it's like we think about the carnival experiences that we've had. Even just this lady up here, oh baby, this Ace of Cups here with the Love Offer, which is also a Cups. And the card said, find ways to fill your cup. Be selfful. So reiterating, this is all about yourself. Follow your heart and always trust your intuition. Go deep within. Find your triggers and address them one by one. Self-healing is the best healing. Only then can you offer the best version of yourself. This is the why Spirit is reiterating all of this about, no, this is not about finding this person. For some of you, very few, I see 3 of you, this is not about stalking this person's current life. This is just about remembering and bringing in the better parts into your current and healing the parts of you that were traumatic, that made you walk away from this person. Because would you want to do that to the next person or to a person again? No, you would not. You've been manifesting better, and you had better once upon a time, and you bypassed it. And now better is being built for you, but you have to do your part to not hold it hostage, but to ensure that you give it the best that you have of your assistance and the collaborative assistance that is coming your way, if indeed you do the work and it gets to meet you. But to this Wheel of Fortune, those of us who have been to a carnival, you remember those as special days. There's something special about being youthful and going to a carnival and getting all dressed up to the nines. Yes, getting all dressed up and, the trinkets that you get. And Spirit said that this past energy is a trinket of your life that you put up, that you found within a box somewhere deeply embedded in you, that you dusted off, and you're going to realize how clearly those memories come back. You're going to remember names. You're going to remember sounds. You're going to remember things that are proof of why it is that you're going to wish that only if you could have turned back the hand of times, that you would have stayed through even the times that seem hard and confusing. Because this person showed you things about themselves, once again, that showed you that they were capable of building with you. You're going to celebrate these memories because there's so much about you that says that you, Spirit said you've been thinking to yourself a lot, that you don't know what to trust, who to trust, and what it looks like. And Spirit said you do. You just hid it away. You just hid it away back there in your acoustic library. And because you hid away the possessions and the memories of this person, you also hid away the important aspects and the important lessons with this person that only came through your life with this one person. They are the missing piece. And what's being drawn to me is, if you could see this pawn back here, it's like a yin, a yang, a yin, a yang, a yin, yang effect that I'm seeing. How that pawn right there is being lit. And I've never noticed that. I don't even know if that came up like that in other reads. But I do notice how Mr. Karmic Fourth Man back here is just peeking and sneaking, wanting to be seen. So Spirit said you are going to be tried. You are going to be tested. But they want you to know that you got this, because you got the Magician here with the Ace of Cups and the love offer. You got this. You can handle this. Let's see if we can get this without moving any other cards. Honey, the Three of Pentacles, baby. You got this. You're being supported. Spirit said they will and they are being your soundboard. Ooh. That every question that you have, that you are investigating of this entire situation, that Spirit is going to help you put these pieces where they are supposed to go. But you got to trust that you're hearing what you're hearing, and you got to remember the tone of the entities that are not in support of your highest good and those that are in support of your highest good. You got to remember, don't panic. Spirit said, don't panic now. Don't panic now that this person has shown up in your energy. Now here with this Ten of Wands, baby, it's time. It's time for you to accept this now mission. It's time for you to understand that though this is a dead end, that it is meant for you to turn around, because this dead end isn't a dead end. You are building something solo as of right now by yourself. But when it's time for that attention to be had, a partnership, you will know exactly who to allow and to help you with this construction. Confirmation. Now, when I spoke of it being a dead end, what I'm meaning is you felt that you were just going to keep on going forward, that you left and that you let go of everything of your past. But Spirit is saying there's a dead end because they want you to turn around. They want you to look at the blueprint again, because there are beautiful things that are coming forward. They need you to be able to see this vision clearly. They need you to walk by faith, not by sight. They need you to be able, in this hangman energy, to see things differently. Even though this plane looked to be taking off and this girl is running, and even this caution sign is here, they need you to be able to see that though there's caution signs there, that you are completely safe in all endeavors moving forward. Even those that are being tossed in other people's faces and they see the same signs that you see of, no, don't do this. You have to remember that your life is your life, and other people's experiences is not your experience. Other people have judgments. Other people have opinions. Other people, they feel that you should prioritize your obligations in certain ways, that you should only construct a molehill a certain way, putting certain grains of sand and dirt in certain places in order for it to be seen as a molehill and not an anthill. Spirit said they don't have the knowledge, confirmation. They don't have the knowledge, the knowing, and awareness of trust that you do. And once you go through the reminiscence of this past person, this specific individual, honey, I'm just realizing it's lizards over here holding up this hourglass of the past. Let me bring this in closer while I talk to you. Spirits and the moon in the background. Spirit said, once you accept your space and trust yourself about things that you're reminiscing on and hearing spirit as a sounding board, and you go over these blueprints and you trust that even though others are seeing these cautionary signs, you know what your mission is, and you know that oftentimes there are blocks there are walls built to scare you from going and look on the other side. But Spirit said one wall they are telling you was not built to scare you from the other side, that they want you to not do. They want you to not do. Do not go looking for this person. Let it happen naturally. Because if you indeed, because this Spirit said you have free will of choice, but they told you, they warned you, if you do indeed allow this to happen naturally, it will give you even more reason to trust in spirit. Now, once again, that is not a promise that this person is going to cross paths with you in this lifetime again. But there's an energy here of lesson. There is an energy here of lesson, okay? I'm even seeing, this is not just a regular moon. This is an eclipse. That's what, and okay. Oh, so this is an eclipse here. Okay, can you see that? I don't know. This is an eclipse. I don't know. Can we catch it? There it is. This is an eclipse. There are hands holding this top part. There are lizards here, iguanas, right here. Okay, but then there are people pressed down there. I'm seeing water, so which is emotion, air, air. So this is, Spirit said they want you to hold space here in your mind's eye for this energy. It's not, remember, you have to also remember, the meat suit is a vessel that's being used. So just as, oh my goodness, just the same way, and we about to come here to these cards, baby. Just the same way as, thank you, Karmic Fork Man. Just the same way as that entity. That's what, go listen to that last read. I'm about to go change it. And when I'm done with this, I'm going to change the title. At the end of it, it's going to say Bright Eyes. It's going to have the gold stars surrounding it. Baby, listen. I believe it was the last message we did, the very last one. So Spirit is saying that just the same way, remember, we live in the duality. So just as the same way in the movie Fallen, which I did reference in the last read, how the entity of the serial killer was touching people to, transfer his energy from people to animals and all types of sorts and shit, right? Spirit said the same thing can be done with the beautiful energy of this past person. This energy can touch another. Oh my goodness, they said in the last read there was something about an energy being airborne. The entity was getting upset, and it became airborne because this energy is now airborne. And that entity does not want to see you move forward. So the entity that has been stalking you for dear life, for existence, that entity has been going from person to person, even in your personal space of your household and of your confirmation, of your co-signed assignments, in competition with this person of your past's energy. And remember, It's the meat suit, honey. It's the meat suit. So Spirit is saying that the energy of this past person who has been lingering on your mind, who for whatever reason thoughts you cannot escape, Spirit say don't escape it. They need you to remember the markings of that energy, because that energy is airborne and is waiting to land into a vessel to meet, greet, and find you again. Why are we being told, okay, these two, baby, okay, ooh, ooh. Okay, so here we have karma, release, and the King of Cups. They say place that right there. Okay, karma, release, and the King of Cups. It says support yourself. Oh shit, support yourself before you can support others. Support yourself before you can support others. I just want to hear myself say it again, because after all this, to get the King of Cups with release the karma, confirmation again with the thunderstorm. Oh shit, I am being taken aback. Spirit said, baby, look, I'm telling you, I'm gonna tell you. Spirit been saying it a lot. I'm gonna tell you. Trust it. Go through it. You're gonna feel the nostalgia. You're gonna feel the hurt. You're gonna feel the harmony. You're gonna be able to know that whomever, whether it's this person, that past person, or a future vessel that's being used, Spirit said trust that you can trust yourself. Trust that you can even trust yourself, that if indeed it wind up being a future vessel that is being utilized for this energy, confirmation that is being used for this energy, that it will not be cheating, that it will not be you dishonoring them to have the memories of this past person, because it's this past person's energy that was brought into your life as a lesson to bring you into the awareness of knowing what this acceptance and what acceptance is acceptable. Now, I always get a little nervous when I'm reaching over here for gibberish, but they're telling me now is the time to extend these cards out, but we're going to do it with the gibberish. These butterflies. It says feeling complete. Can't stop smiling. Happiness and devotion. Let's flip it together. Imprisonment. You gotta release yourself from imprisoning yourself. Baby. You have to release yourself from imprisoning yourself. Look at these cards that came out. Butterflies, healthy choices, separation. And when I initially spread it, it was like this. Separation, separation, healthy choices, butterflies. Now, I know I've been hearing in regards to, and I'm going to place these right here just for a moment. I've been hearing in regards to your past butterflies of nervousness was your body speaking to you and letting you know, red flag, don't go that way. You're nervous because there's something scary. You know, like how you get when you are in a horror movie, right? But Spirit said, we live in a world of duality. Two things can be true. Maybe not necessarily at the same time for one person, because there has to be a choice. So what I'm getting with this is Spirit is saying, do understand we live in a duality. So what you agree with, there's always someone out there who don't agree with it. What you experience, there's always someone out there who has never experienced it. But due to your individuality, honey, and it's aligned here with the love offer at the center of the read. And we put imprisonment over here with the Ace of Cups and the Death. They saying release yourself. But anyway, due to us getting separation and healthy choices with butterflies, Spirit is saying you have to make a choice, or a choice will be made for you. You have to make a choice, or a choice will be made for you. Two things can be true. But which one do you have the understanding? And will you accept as the understanding? Which one is your intuition telling you is true in the moment? Something could look good and sexy, honey, but it can make you feel nervous in all the most horrific ways, in all the most skeptical ways. You like, are your eyes deceiving you? But something can also look good, or it could look bad, and you could be rather curious about it. The curiosity of that Page of Swords. And that's what happened with you in your past. You felt something was too good to be true. And it was true. And now here you are, however long later, realizing it was the truth. Now, can you make a discerning choice? Can you make discerning, healthy choices for yourself going forward? Spirit said it is time to end this read, and I have to let you go. Okay, so they said grab this. Babe, shut up. Oh. They told me to grab this card with this card, and they want me to read. We're going to put this here. You got the Lovers. And it said, oh, baby. It says, be true to yourself in all ways. Not everyone will get you. They can only understand you from their level of perception. That's on them. No matter what people say, don't ever doubt your worth or the beauty you hold within. Stand tall in your power. What have we been saying? Babe, we're going to put this right here with this Queen of Swords. We're going to put this right here with this Queen of Swords because said either I said it or it was, listen, it's going to be a smile on this Queen of Swords face. Honey, it's going to be a smile on that Page of Swords face. Notice how this Page of Swords is even looking to, she's doubting herself. Will she make the landing? But she's doubting herself in a way of, it's just for a moment. I heard this magic moment. That magical moment of doubt is going to, Mr. Forkman, we know you there. It's going to transcend. It's going to change. That moment of doubt is going to turn into a moment of such curious assurance of, you know what, I won't never know unless I try, unless I go for it. And to have the Lovers come out of all cards in that deck, Spirit said, trust yourself. Because just as we were speaking back here, you running past the caution signs. I don't know if it's a wet floor or whatever the case may be. You're not worried. You're saying a grip on your shoes. It's going to hold you there. It's like having slip-proof shoes in the workplace, okay? You say you need to see all this differently. Let's get you a number. They say with this one, they want us to get this. Baby, inner trust. Know that this rebirth, know that this death is being had. Know that you are cutting course of yourself for a reason. Know all of this is happening. Honey, can I be your hype man? I believe I am your hype person, right? Spirit said, the sounding board of Spirit, okay? Babe, confirmation. Baby, this is the beginning of a new cycle. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 with good luck, Spirit guide, progress, justice, structure, system, processing, conditioning, and rules. This was all due to your conditioning. Everything of why you let go was due to your conditioning. And since you have, did all the deep conditioning, and deep conditioning. Let's read this card. It says, you are on the right track. Someone from the other side has your back and encourages you to try your best. You will succeed. Observe your surroundings and communicate clearly. Be sure that everything will fall into place. Rose, I love and I adore you. Well, I want an ending tarot card message, baby. Three of Cups. And I love this deck so much. What I love about this Three of Cups is Spirit is in this with you. No specific gender role needed. Whether you be male, whether you be female. Your feminine energy is in a place of being safe, feeling safe. Your past, your current reality, regardless of how future forward this is, no matter if you're talking about now, no matter you're talking your higher self, this is the hand of Spirit toasting with you in collaboration, in community of accepting you in. This is beautiful. And now your feminine energy finally gets to feel safe. Because you're going back there to your Akashic libraries. And you're going to look at them. Tell yourself, you're going to go back to the memories of this past, of this specific person. I feel like I'm auditioning for a Disney song. Like the narrator. But you're going to go back to the past. You're going to look at this specific person. And you're going to do all that unpacking. And you're going to allow it to reemerge as a part of your history. Because everything that you experienced in your life was not all bad. You made a very, abrupt choice in decision. You were not using the intentions of discernment. You were moving in the energy of fear. So rebels, I love you and I adore you, but what is this? You were moving in the energy of fear and heartfelt. They said, nope, over here. Mixed signals, blocked emotions. You messed up, but look at had you not messed up, the experiences, and I'm not focused in on the bad experiences, but let's focus in on the bad experience. Even the bad experiences brought you in alignment with good experiences. And looking through the camera lens right now, I'm looking at how these cards are even lined up. It don't look like a mess. It does not look like a mess. So use your emotional intellect. Be generous with yourself. Remain in your emotional stability, honey, because these cups are in complete support of you. Let's see, you got 7 of Cups, you got the Ace of Cups, the Love Offer Cups, you got, okay, so, you got the King of Cups, you got 3 of Pentacles. All right, any more Pentacles? No, you got the Hangman, you got the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, no, so then, back here, you have the Swords and the Wand. Can you breathe air through fire? Because things finna get a little bit heated in how you see yourself. It's okay to get a little frustrated with yourself. But see yourself clearly. Rebels, I love and I adore you. Is there any more messages, Spirit? It said, yep, right here. And it said, oh my goodness. The charging of her wand. Baby. The charging of her wand. What I'm getting with this energy is you getting yourself back. You thought you got yourself back. You thought you found yourself. You thought even in ways where you discovered yourself. This person from your past is a very special part of your equation. The charging of her wand. Baby, you back in. You back. Rebels, I love and I adore you. Go live your life. Go make it do what it needs to do for you. Go Rebels.